Christmas, happy holidays, and happy new year. I'm going to share with you how to make this awesome cake that my sister always raves about. So first I have a box of cake mix. I'm using Devil's Food. This is a 15.25 ounce box of cake mix. Now if you can only find the 13.25 ounce box of cake mix, in the description box below I'll have the little tweaks that you need to do if you're using a smaller box of cake mix. Also, at the end of the video, I'll share with you a visual of all the ingredients I used to make this cake. So in my large bowl, and I'm going to whip this up by hand, I'm going to get together with some family in a little bit, and so I need to put this cake together. It's the first thing in the morning. So to my cake mix, I'm adding in 1 box of Jello instant pudding. And this is the 3.9 ounce box of the Jello instant pudding. And be sure that you're using the instant pudding and not the cook and serve, okay? This cake comes out rich, moist, chocolatey, and it doesn't even need a frosting. But if you'd like to add a frosting or doll it up a bit, I'll give you some suggestions throughout the video. Next to my bowl, I'm going to add in some vegetable oil, and I'm using a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. If you don't have vegetable oil, you can also use canola oil. Canola oil will also work in this recipe. Now this is a Kahlua chocolate cake, but if you don't have any Kahlua on hand, or if you don't want to use the Kahlua, I will have an alternative for you to use if you don't want to use Kahlua. If you are new to my channel, I want to welcome you in, and if you're a returner, I want to thank you for coming back. I want to thank all my wonderful subscribers for your likes, your shares, your subscribes, your good vibe comments. I truly appreciate it. So if you enjoy the content, I hope you give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing. So next I'm going to be using 4 large eggs. My eggs are at room temperature. The reason why we want to use our room temperature eggs, because room temperature eggs blend so much better into your mixes and into your batters, so you want those nice room temperature eggs. And in a pinch, to bring your eggs up to room temperature quickly, you can go ahead and set your eggs inside of a bowl of warm water, and then after they've set in the bowl of warm water for about maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes, then you can go ahead and crack them and use them. So for the eggs, I went on and I whisked them a little bit, so that way I'm not chasing the eggs around in the bowl that are whole. And in addition to that, I always like to crack my eggs separately, just in case a little eggshell gets in there. We're not trying to fish out an eggshell into our bowl of ingredients. So here I have 1 cup of sour cream, and I'm using Newton sour cream, which is a thicker sour cream, something that my mother taught me. You want to use a thick sour cream, and that was 1 cup. So this is the Kahlua. For the Kahlua, I'm using 3/4 of a cup of Kahlua. Now the alternative, if you don't want to use Kahlua or you don't have any on hand, you can use coffee, fresh brewed hot coffee that's nice and strong. So you want to use 3/4 cup of coffee if you don't have any Kahlua. And so the Kahlua I put in was also that 3/4. So far in our bowl, we have our cake mix. We also have our 1 pack of the instant chocolate pudding. We also have the 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, the 1 cup of sour cream, and the 3/4 cup of Kahlua, and our 4 large eggs at room temperature. I'm going to go ahead and whisk this up really good, whisk up my batter, making sure that I'm going to work out all the lumps. And you want to be mindful not to over mix your batter and whip it too much, because then that'll just introduce too much air into your cake, and we don't want to do that. So this is what my cake is looking like so far, just using my whisk. Now while I'm doing this, I also have my oven is preheating on 350 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and whip up my cake really good till it's nice and smooth and I have no lumps. Now if I have like a little bit of lumps here and there that are small ones, I'm not going to worry about that because they will bake out. This is 1 bag of mini chocolate chips, and with the chocolate chips, these are semi-sweet mini chocolate chips. You need 1 cup, but you see I used 1 full bag versus using 1 cup. So you want to use 1 cup. However, I like to use a full bag of the mini chocolate chips because I want my cake a little bit more dense, and so the more chocolate chips you use, the denser your cake's going to be. The cake comes out very moist, whether you use 1 cup of chocolate chips or either the whole bag like I did. The difference is just the density in which you want your cake. This is what your batter is going to look like. I went on it and this is my 10-cup bundt pan that I sprayed with some nonstick spray. I'm going to put my batter all into my bundt pan nice and even. Also, another side note with the chocolate chips, if you don't have the mini chocolate chips, you can use the regular size semi-sweet chocolate chips. Because those are bigger, you don't need as many, and so with that, you want to use a half a cup. Now in the description box below, I will share with you that information so you can use that as a reference and as a guide when you make your cake. My cake is going to bake at 350 degrees for 50 to 60 minutes. Check your cake at around 45 minutes. Just kind of peek at it to see how it's doing. If you peek at it and you see it jiggling a little bit in the middle, that lets you know your cake is not done yet and it still needs to bake a little bit more. I always like to use a tester once I get to the 50-minute mark to see what my cake is looking like. When you use a tester, a toothpick, or a tester that you put in the center, close to that center ring, you might have just a couple of crumbs come out on your tester. That's what you're looking for. Well, my cake is out of the oven. It baked in my oven for 55 minutes. It is looking good. It is smelling nice, rich, and chocolatey. Cannot wait to let it cool and turn it out. So my cake has been cooling. I use my butter knife and I like to go very gently around the edge, and you see how I'm lifting up the cake. When my cake starts to lift like that, that is my sign to let me know that my cake is going to release from my pan. I'll also share with you a quick trick that I do to make sure my cake releases very well from the pan. So I go around the center ring and just kind of loosen it up, and you see how I shake my cake like that? I can feel my cake gently lifting in my bundt pan, and because it's gently lifting, I know it's not going to stick on me. I'm going to do one quick motion. You want to do one quick motion to go ahead and flip your cake. I lift straight up, and there you have it. Our cake is looking so good. It came out of our cake pan nice and easily. It baked up beautifully high. Now if you want to doll it up a bit, you can do a simple sprinkle of powdered sugar, or either you can do a nice chocolate glaze. I'll share with you my recipe for a chocolate glaze in the description box below. Well, I'm at my sister's house now. Everyone started to enjoy the cake. Before it was all gone, I wanted to share a quick video so you can see what the cake looks like on the inside once you slice it. Now these are the ingredients that I used: my vegetable oil, my eggs, my semi-sweet mini chocolate chips, my instant chocolate pudding, my devil's food cake mix, my Kahlua, and my sour cream. Well, that is it for me today. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you and your family. If you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, don't forget to show it some love, give it a thumbs up, and click share. Share this video with a friend or family. And remember, it's always good when Dyvonne is cooking for the family. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.